Thanks for joining us on the Sports on Pulse. Hello, I'm Gary Al Smith, and after that heated session on marriage and all, we do some football to cool ourselves down. On Monday, it's the big one, Hearts versus Kotoko. The build-up has been intense all week, especially on our platforms online and also on the Pulse. And today, we'll be doing the definite preview before the weekend. Hearts of Oak last won their game. They came back to beat Ash Gold. Meanwhile, Kotoko, things aren't going according to plan. A tale of two cities, Accra and Kumasi, but this one will be played at the Accra Sports Stadium. The PRO of Kotoko's National Chapters Committee is here, Michael Nkansa, as is the former Vice Chairman of Hearts of Oaks Circle, chapters as well. So it's Kotoko Circles and Hearts of Oaks chapters, Aziz Haruna Futa. Thanks for joining us on the Pulse. Yeah, man. The guys, you look like you are very ready. One team is camping in Kumasi, that's Kotoko. Heart of Oak have decided to go a bit eastward to Akosombo, to Akuse, to do the camping.
We normally do that. It's not a news. We normally do that because we think that we need a very the players need of kind of peace, that they don't want to listen to radio, watching us on TV, making a lot of noise, so that pressure will be on their top. So it's fine. We are going to watch a very good game.
I mean, normally the camping does not start this early for normal league games, but this time it's been different for Kotoko as well. Heart of Oak decided to go to that side. You have decided to stay in Kumasi. What informs the decision to start camping a bit earlier for Hearts games?
Well, we've not started earlier than we used to do. I mean,
started on Tuesday.
Yeah, it started on Tuesday because we actually have a whole week of recovery process, and management deems fit to regroup the boys and then camp them so that they can have that serene atmosphere and very conducive environment within which they can train. And so I'm sure if even we are not playing House of Oak, even if we are not playing House of Oak and we're playing any other side except for House of Oak, we would have still camped on Tuesday because that has been the normal practice in Asante Kotoko. Especially when we did not play on Sunday. We played on Saturday. Yeah. So the players had a rest period on Sunday. They rested on Monday. And so they regrouped on Tuesday.
That's fine. Let's go into the substance. We are seeing clips of both sides here. Kotoko, in the last game, we were not able to win. You saw this mistake there that led to the goal from Prince Inchi of New Edubiase. Let me ask you, Michael, in terms of the build-up, what do you think are the loopholes the management and the technical team are seeking to work on ahead of this game?
Well, I think that all the flaws in Asante Kotoko have been taken care of. Our game against Edubiase, we were actually eluded with luck, and I want to believe that luck was not on our part on that fateful Saturday. If we look at the very fundamental error committed by Ahmed Adams, I mean, there were things that in football you least expect that they will happen, but it happened to a player like Ahmed Adams, and that was the only goal that the match recorded.
And the goal came early.
Yeah, the goal came early, and you realize that we pushed so hard to equalize, except for the fact that we were not lucky on the day. Even running empty post, no goalkeeper, balls were still ballooned over the bar and all that. And it tells you that football sometimes luck counts, and when the luck is not on your side, you are likely to go down. And so we are very calm. I mean, coming to Accra, we are very calm. We are not fidgeting. We are not pushed. We are actually not scared of anything. We are not coming to Accra because it's Accra House of Oak. We have played House of Oak in several years, and the environment and the atmosphere will not be anything different from what we have seen in the previous years.
Okay, some will argue that you make your own luck as well. So Heart of Oak will be saying that since you have to make your own luck and you didn't have luck against Edubiase, they'll be spanking you, especially with the kind of form they are in. And as you know, a lot of people say Hearts Kotoko matches don't follow the form guide. I personally don't agree because usually form counts, especially when it's in Accra.
Yes, of course, Gary. House of Oak, we are in form where we score Kotoko 4-0 in Accra. We are on form where we score Kotoko 3 in Accra. We are on form, we score Kotoko 2, we score Kotoko 1. So whenever we are form, we are on top of our form, we beat Kotoko. Kotoko only beat House of Oak where we are not in form in Accra. Last season, we nearly go to relegation. But then Kotoko were around 8th or 9th in the league table. We are lying around 13th or 12th on the league table.
Yeah.
Kotoko beat us. It tells you that we are not on form. Last 2 seasons, Kotoko 1-1 between us and Kotoko in Accra. It's the same thing, but then we are not on form. So it tells you that whenever Kotoko is in form, they beat us in Kumasi 3-1 before when they are on form. But whenever Kotoko is not on form and us we are on form, we beat Kotoko.
Okay.
So that's argument. Form guy doesn't count. Oh, it's for the cowards.
It's for the cowards.
Those that are afraid, you know.
Interesting.
It's for them, but not for us.
Now let me come to you again, Michael. I mean, in terms of issues, both clubs have had their fair share. You started dominating the headlines with plenty issues, Duncan, salaries, this, that. We hear that Otumfuo has provided a bus for the club, and so it's made the players a bit happy. Heart of Oak have also had yours with Kenichi and so on. Now, between the two of you, how would those issues play ahead of that game?
Well, those issues are going to very, very minute role as
Yeah.
far as Monday's clash is concerned. If you look at the pedigree of House of Folk and Asante Kotoko, I'm sure these two clubs are bigger than some of these elementary things that happens. I mean, I call them elementary because there are sometimes omissions in terms of communication. There are sometimes some element of negligence on the part of administrators, and so they are not something that can derail the effort of these two sides. I mean, even though I'm not speaking for House of Folk, I don't think that Kanechi's attitude on Facebook and all that is something to worry about. Similarly, our issues with Duncan and all those internal matters are not issues that should take away the performance of the boys, more especially when the boys have no problem with anybody. And all the other issues that are currently happening in the club are administrative issues that can be handled administratively. And so the players themselves, who have a very specific role and responsibility to play for the club, they are more concerned and very committed towards that, achieving that goal and objective.
Fantastic. So Monday, kickoff time hasn't been
It's
sorted.
3 o'clock.
It's 3 o'clock here. Okay.
Right.
Now, what do you have to tell the fans? What time should they be there? They should come early, right?
Gary, if you want to get a seat, you have to get out of the stadium by 11 o'clock.
I see.
It's very, very important. And I have a very important thing to say. Has and Kotoko game. 3 points doesn't matter. It is about 5 goals or whatever. It's about pride.
Yeah.
And anything that go with pride is very dangerous. That is why we have seen what May 9th brought. I'm saying that the Ghana FA or the PLB should take advantage of this game. At least they should come out with, a sign for the players, both to wear even black armband, 1 minute silence, for us to commemorate the
May 9th.
The May 9th, so that the supporters will be careful.
Sure. Michael, thank you very much. Your prediction?
Well, I'm not going to say we are going to win 3-1, 3-0, 4-0.
No, you're winning.
But the green time for Accra Sports Stadium will determine
Okay.
the winner on Monday.
All right, so that's it for the sport for now. Accra Heart of Folk Kotoko, Monday 3 p.m. More build up here and online. Gary Al Smith with the sport.